Hello everyone, welcome to Nhrl's Racing League Division 2 Round 9 of the Championship. Information for today, the race distance will be 35 laps around the 2.7 mile 4.3 kilometre circuit. Softs have a maximum tyre life of 13 laps, mediums 20 and the hards 25. The fastest racing laps set in 2018 by Valtteri Bottas with a 1:13.078. I'm joined by Division 1 Ferrari driver Taze Leroy. How are you doing and what do you think of Canada?
I'm doing good, thank you very much. In terms of Canada, well, it's one of my favourite tracks on the calendar. Personally, I mean, it's a one track to drive, but in terms of how I perform with it, it's not usually the best, because I know it's a challenge, especially for corner cutting, but we'll have to see what the difficulty guys can do at the moment.
Well, the Division 1 race wasn't really too bad. It got quite tense at the end, but that was down to penalties. Do you think, well, you know, as you're driving around this track in the race, you notice the penalties building up. Does it mess with your head a little bit?
Yeah, because you know that. Because I mean, for example, if you know that people ahead or behind have less penalties, it does get in your head a little bit. But I think that's what separates the good drivers from the best, because I think the best drivers won't let that get in their head, to be honest.
Standable, riding on board with Raceway now, he should be the first driver to set a time. And obviously he's going purple anyway, but I'd like to see the benchmark that he can set. But already in qualifying Division 2, you guys are scoring 2 points for pole position. He's just invalidated it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fear that he's also invalidated his next one as well because of that.
Probably.
Yeah, he has. Let's ride on board with... I was going to say Zenex, but everyone... I swear this was in a thing in Division 1 as well, when everyone kept invalidating the laps. With the lack of turnout tonight, words from the Mercedes camp is that they might actually do quite well.
Yeah, but I mean, I think in terms of strategy, you might see people qualifying the mediums, obviously, with the more turnout. It means they can probably get away more with doing going to mediums and doing soft medium, medium soft or something. Like, start medium and see where it goes.
Is it possible to do a one-stop around Canada even with the medium to hards?
It is possible, but from what I know, it's like 12 seconds or something. So because a lot of time.
Yeah, I'm just seeing like if the mediums can go 20 laps and the hards 25, that's more than enough. You could probably do soft to hards if you were feeling that brave enough. Still riding on board with Zenex Josh. He has just set a purple sector 2. Into the chicane. Doesn't invalidate it. Riding on board into the line. Puts a little bit of the grass in the exit. Should be enough, and it is enough. Not bad for 2 lap old mediums. 1:10.6. Alright, well, either that or DXS must have messed up somewhere. But he is going faster. I don't know if he means to be, but there's a McLaren in front of him that's actually giving him a slight toe.
Lucas going faster?
Of course he would. So DXS did improve, but not enough to have changed his position. Colin's second. Who else is going to cross the line? Raceway?
Charlie.
Raceway. Raceway P4. Already it's going Reese in the Ferrari, after sort of binning it around filling in for Division 1 as a reserve. That's really surprised me. Right on board with Twonk then. Next driver to set a line, a lap. So how did you end up finding the race last week, Leroy?
Is this Div 1 or Div 2?
Div 1.
Div 1, well, challenging. I mean, I got wind damage at the start, which absolutely ruined the race. I reckon I could have been maybe on the podium, but obviously recently I've been scoring points which are better than that what I started with. But in terms of my own race last week, it was a shambles.
I know that with Div 2 they need to be consistent, but if corner cutting becomes too much of a problem, do you think we can see someone disqualified?
It's definitely possible. I think it was somewhat close happening with Div 1, I can't remember now. But it is definitely possible.
Dylan in the Ferrari has just gone purple in Sector 2.
He's really impressed me recently. Like,
I reckon he's going to be well up there with his teammate, and even then his teammate isn't even that far behind Luke Beck. Don't invalidate. He hasn't. He had a bit of a slide coming out of the chicane. It's not going to be pole, it's going to be four.
God.
I reckon that slide cost him about half a second at least.
Yeah, it was a big slide. You just got on the perfect early.
Hello people watching the stream. Anyone who has the time to take about writing something in our comment section, who do you think is going to be winning today? What do you want to see? Do you want to see good clean racing, or well, I was going to say a smash fest, but we had one at Backley last week, so
yeah, we did.
yeah, I'm a little bit easy for watching cars enter barriers.
I mean, it was Backley, it didn't surprise me.
It never does. One thing that is surprising me at the minute is DXS isn't pulling his weight as much as I think he should be. I know that was a mediums lap, but it is making me wonder, did he back out at some point?
Yeah, but you say that, but you have Raceway, Twonk, Collins, you know, a lot of people faster than, but I reckon it could have been either a mistake after he did back out.
Well, what I would like to see specifically from the Mercedes, now that their main competition of the Williams pair, they've not made the race today, is with Zenix Josh. I've never really seemed to have picked up on if he is, like, what is better, his qualifying pace or his race pace. I know his race pace is okay, but I never really find out which one's better.
I'm just trying to think, from what I've seen, I'm trying to think of how he usually qualifies, how he usually finishes races. I'm not unsure actually.
And quite predictably, DXS going purple in Sector 1.
Yeah, but he made a mistake at turn 7, I think it is, and that the corner just after the end of the first sector. I don't know what turn that is. And then 19, so
be about turn 6, 7. Of course, for the top 5 at the moment.
Here comes now, goes P3.
Oh, that is disgustingly close between him and Charlie.
Yeah, it is. I reckon you'll see people taking it more cautiously to the chicane until we get to the final 1 or 2 laps in quali, because I think you're going to get people who just want to set times, and I think you'll see the final ones are obviously they're going for the best laps, and I think you'll see people send it to the chicane. Whether I reckon the chicane is the difference, or whether it could be the difference, or whether people are on pole. You know.
Riding on Luke Beck though, currently in pole position. With him being a registered Division 1 driver, he won't be able to score Drivers' Championship points, but he here has a official reserve for the Racing Point team because Avalanche is busy doing something. But in case the people do want to kick off the fact that he is a Division 1 driver, there's a reason why I've chosen him. First one, I have no one else. 2, he's very consistent with his corner cutting penalties. So yeah, he might get pole, but I can almost guarantee you he ain't going to finish there in the race anyway. I hate to be harsh, but I've been around Canada 3 times with him now, and he gets at least 12 seconds of penalties on average. So just keep it out the barriers and, yeah, just keep it on the track, and you'll be okay.
I was like Collins went off the third, but like he did clear the wall at the chicane, so I reckon there's a decent enough chance to be found.
Collins at the moment 5 seconds down on his last time. Is that a Renault racer?
That is a racer, yeah.
I'll stick on board with them as the rest of the grid gets ready to prepare for the final out laps. Right on his lap then. Lee, do you want to do a bit of commentary as he does this lap?
I'm not the best, but I'll try. So I come through turn 2 now, want it. I mean, he runs a little bit wide, but getting very close to the curve, and then push the curve on the outside. And then turn 4 now, using the curve, taking a little more there, getting very close to the wall. He did actually touch it. Now from getting the first sector, 3/10 up. Coming into turn 7 now, one's a little bit wide. Okay, turn 8 now onto the short DRS straight. As he comes to turn 9, I do believe this is, using the curve. Okay, well, he could be pushing a little bit harder, but as he comes into the hairpin, how much is he up by? He's up by 210, so coming into the hairpin, staying in second, interestingly. Usually rotation is key, so usually it's either got in the first, but a decent exit now, just needs to prepare himself for the front chicane, and I think we'll see him try and go. Could be in the because you want to get a lot of time as he comes to the chicane.
Oh no.
And he's invalidated.
Let's hope he's got enough to go again.
He's probably invalidated next lap again.
That would have been a 1:10.3, so that would have put him 7th.
Yeah, he invalidated this and next lap. So.
I'll tell you what, Twonk hasn't done that bad of a job. In P7 mediums.
Yeah, that is
yeah. Twonk, right, again on the softs, mate, you can probably jump yourself up a few positions. I don't know, you might out-qualify your teammate. Who else is going on a lap? Which one of the racing points? It'll be DXS. Through turn 1, quite hard on the brakes, but you need very loose steering going into turn 2, easy on the acceleration out of the corner, heading into turn 3 left hand side, very early turning, aggressive steering as well needed, using almost whatever you can of the run-off, through 5 into 6, wide entry, clicking the apex, easy on the throttle, you need to be easy on the steering as well on the exit of the corner, DRS open, flooring it now. Going into the next big zone, left side of chicane, quite early steering again, but early for the left-hander as well. There's not a lot of run-off there on the right-hand side. Keeping it to the middle of the track, then open it up to the hairpin, brake quite early, shift it down to second, then first at the apex for the extra rotation, accelerating very gently out of the hairpin and flooring it down. Still keep it on this right-hand side. You want to be like very gently weaning it over to the left-hand side. DRS open flat out down the straight, very wide but aggressive entry over the chicane. You want to take it as aggressive as you can through and on the exit, and then straight line it all the way to the line, and that's how you get pole.
What was that?
I can breathe.
I don't blame you. You're better at that fast talking than I am.
As long as you know, yeah, it's the technical knowledge that I like to say. I think, well, Lee, I think you'd be better at driving around here than me.
Okay,
I'm not afraid to say that.
Yeah, Colin's 310 Silver was purple in the middle sector, so he just needs a good run, and then he could be all it is the pit into the chicane, and it could be on top. And here it comes now.
I don't know, I think that's DXS has just about done it. He's invalidated you, Wong. I mean, you. Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
No, that's actually game over for Collins because he doesn't have enough time to go for another lap. Whereas...
It was this is the next invalidated, wasn't it? Reese is back off, and he'll be going again. He's just about as enough.
Twonk is still pushing.
Okay, yeah, he is. That's my 410.
Did you say Reese is backed out, or is he?
He did. He's backed out, isn't he?
Yeah.
If you have enough time to go again.
Yeah, I'll run board with Twonk then.
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake, Twonk!
Oh, he's at the wall. You can join the Mr. Driver Super Invalid.
Wall of Champions, Wall of Invalidation.
We should use that instead, that's a brilliant thing.
Oh, Dylan only just made the checker flag by 1 second.
Reese only made it by 6, so...
I'll ride on board with Dylan. Because he knows he's quick, but I want to see how he fares up against his major competition. Could he... he has had a podium before. Can't remember which way. Yeah, Monaco, P3 I believe it was in the end, so he can do it as long as things go his way, but you don't want to be like things going your way. You want it to happen on merit.
Here comes Charlie. He goes pole.
Charlie pole! Absolutely brilliant.
Wow. Recent validated.
It's a 1-9 flat? Wow.
Dylan
is currently up by about half a second. Xenex. It's milliseconds between Collins and Josh, but Dylan to the line. P4.
A good one.
It's respectable. Yeah, just gotta wait for Reese to retire, I believe. Yeah, just gotta wait for Ferrari to wheel the car into the garage. That's a bit unexpected, and what I love the most about that is most of the teams have qualified in like 2x2 order.
I didn't even notice that, to be honest. But I actually have.
Right, pole position then. And Charlie Cogden trying to do the best that he can to bring himself back into the championship fight. Lackluster results for him. He's actually lost the championship to DXS. Yeah. The P2 man himself. Yeah, DXS P2 for Racing Point. Super Sub, not Luke Beck. P3 for Racing Point. Might do a... well, hopefully, can bring some points home no matter how big or small for Racing Point. I think, to be fair, if we end up in this situation again, I might chuck Luke in like Williams or something. Obviously, guys, with the weather, is going to be cloudy all the way through, no threat of rain at all coming our way. Just got a little bit of cloud, so maybe God help you if there's a safety car and you choose the hard tyres. Good luck warming those up within 20 laps.
And good luck making them to the end.
See the final preps, maybe front wing adjustments, fuel load settings. FJW has left, so I hope he has enough invites to rejoin.
I don't know, he's been lagging out quite a lot. He was lagging out a lot before the session as well, so before the quality, so.
If it does persist and if his car is on the grid, you know, for starters, everyone be careful of it. Yes, he is. He is on the grid.
That is Carbs, I think. No, that's Carbs, I think.
No, they're both at the They are both on the grid. And I just want to make sure that he's like not going to leave an AI car driving around. FJW, if your connection still keeps playing up and you don't think you'll be able to maintain connection to the race, please kindly retire in the pit lane. Otherwise,
or is that just me?
No, otherwise you'll end up with an AI car driving around and we have ghosting off, and it may cause problems later on.
More than likely, yeah. Is it not be glitched or is that just me?
Might just be you. I'm noticing no glitches. Might as well do the full grid rundown then. Charlie Cogden, pole position, 2 points for himself and Red Bull. P2 for DXS, current Drivers' Championship leader, hoping to extend it today. He said last week he can keep up the momentum. Let's see if he can do it. Subbing in for Avalanche today, not Luke Beck. P3 for Racing Point. P4 for Dylan, one of his best qualifying results of the season. His teammate Reece 17 in P5, hoping to pick up, I say scraps, but Ferrari are in contention for some really good points today. He's had a spot of bother with H. Collins in P6 for Mercedes, Zenex Josh, who is weaving all over the place in P7, Twonk P8 for Red Bull, Raceway P9. Surely, like, his qualifying pace has never been perfect, but he normally finds his way onto the podium. Carps P10, hoping to bring some points away for McLaren, and FJW on his debut here for New Horizons starts in P11.
Okay, yeah, well, my game crashed, so I do need another one.
Right.
Actually, I think
we are lining up, getting ready on the grid, so I might have to do a lap or two without you know.
Oh god.
That's 5 red lights. Lights out and away they go. There's an okay start there from Charlie. A very bad start from Dylan. He's gone all the way to the back of the grid. Coming through turn 1. Nice, clean and tidy so far. The two McLarens already seem to scrap. No, that wasn't Dylan falling down. He's actually moved up the grid. The DXS almost getting himself into the lead. That's Luke Beck falling down the order as well. DXS still fighting Charlie there for the lead. Finishing through sector 1. How's the rest of the grid panning out? It's pretty close in the midfield. But as the cluster of cars slowly merges into a snake, that looks like Reece into the barrier already. But there's no damage on the Ferrari. I think everyone just needs to find the composure a little bit, find out where they stand in the race. I know there are guys on different tyres, but still got to make the most of whatever situation you're confronted with. Zenex Josh up into P4, Dylan up into P3. He's gaining on Charlie. DXS is pulling away down the road. Dylan going into the chicane, but he will have a warning for cutting those track limits. Lee, are you back with us?
I am.
Dylan having a look down the inside of Charlie, but Charlie's still hiding there on the inside. That's giving a room for Zenex Josh to come round his inside. Is Josh going to have a look into the inside? He will. Dylan needs to know he's there, leaving in time. There's the first of many of Luke's time penalties starts to come through. Zenex Josh has made the move though. He's into P3.
I think Collins at the back of the back. Because they both went wide and Collins doesn't win that much.
Yeah, and there's Raceway getting past the Mercedes as well. Hoping to make a move on the Racing Point.
Oh, he dives, Luke.
That was a bit of a dive, not the type of corner you want to be dive bombing. Like pretty much any chicane, you don't want to be dive bombing people. Hairpins are okay, but you need to make sure that you've got enough room on the inside and outside to get the move done. Going right back on board with Zenex Josh because Dylan has re-overtaken him, but is using ERS overtake, and Rich trying to make a move on the Ferrari. The nose to tail.
Oh, Carps and Reece at the back. Almost.
Yeah, it's Collins into the box.
They're flag, and that's Zenex Josh.
Zenex Josh has spun about collecting Reece. DXS with the time penalty.
Yes. I wonder if that was contact with Dylan or whether that was just his own doing. But DXS always storming away 2 seconds in front of his championship rival.
I just want to know what happened to Xanax, because I don't think anything, well, nothing should have happened to him. I thought he had a little bit of a clear road, unless if him and Dylan have had a coming together. I think we're on board with Xanax actually. He's giving Reese a run for his money. We're 35 laps around the race today, but Division 2, no 90% rule, so as long as you're in the top 10 you will get points. Fight him, but excellent car control there from Josh.
He was ahead, so I think if Reese won, it would have been so far, because 2 cars do not go into that chicane. Very...
Gonna ride on board with Twonk. He is attacking Raceway, both cars on the medium tyres, as Dylan with a penalty. Is there anyone in front who's on the softs who these guys could catch? Probably no one until Luke Beck. The top 3, 4 are all on soft tyres. I could just look at the graphic. I don't believe Twonk at the moment has a time penalty. Raceway does. I'm going to use Twonk's cameraman at the moment, because I can see Luke just behind Dylan. If you can try and just watch that fight, because I think Twonk is... No, he's got DRS, but he's not really pushing on the Renault. He's almost tiptoeing around. That was Collins with a time penalty. Oh, Luke Beckham was having a dive on Dylan there.
I think he did, as Luke was running outside. Does he get Dylan?
Yeah, that's moved on for now, unless if Dylan wants to have another lunch later on. Luke, if you keep doing that, that's probably why you keep getting time penalties.
Disqualification inbound, Xanax Josh lost the back end. And Reese is overtaking him again. I just caught that. It just seemed like he was just straight in his car. Yeah, but the thing is with Josh is that he's going to get flustered due to no one's fault but himself. If he's not careful, cops will be all over him in a minute. I don't think he got leaned on actually. Let's Twonk and Raceway are back line.
Yeah.
Into the hairpin.
I'm just going to see if Josh will make a move on Reese. He's having a look, but not close enough on this occasion. Twonk has got past. Insult to injury there for Raceway, because Twonk actually had DRS.
Here comes Xanax Josh on Reese. Goes to the inside and gets it. Reese ready to cut back. Oh, he's hit the back of him.
No, both cars into the wall. No one DNFing. Careful Josh, just reset to track if you have to. Don't get disqualified for driving the wrong way. I'm more worried that he'll get disqualified. There is a VSC anyway.
Yeah, and I bought without anyway. I caught it. I just didn't know what happened was Reese hit the back of him and they both went into the wall. So
yeah,
I think that's Reese's fault.
Yeah, but it's not like it was horrendously reckless. I mean, it was only a small tap. But it's very lucky both cars not ending up with a DNF there. I think the only good side that happened with Josh is the softs are not going to be as effective, so as long as he tiptoes around still, maybe worth boxing onto mediums, maybe even hards. I know hards aren't that bad of a race tyre around here.
I'm just taking more than the muck runs from 6
Yeah, rather than more with Dylan now.
We don't have DRS interesting this way. Oh, I've noticed that McDonald has been very slidey on exit today so far.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Twonk and Raceway are catching them.
Yeah.
I mean, Canada is normally a 2-stop anyway, isn't it?
Usually, yeah.
So it will be either soft, medium, medium, or soft, medium, soft.
Because they've got mediums, could be medium soft.
That's Reese and Josh making it back to the pits. Shame really, because both Mercedes were in contention for good points today. Same as Reese as well, but it's what happens. And you know, I know that the Ferraris, they are in a championship battle with McLaren.
Here comes Twonk. Then the inside he will get DRS as well, so he
oh, he is fighting him though. That's good racecraft from Twonk.
DRS, and I think you'll definitely see him fight by someone if race they can get involved. But it goes to the outside, Twonk. Oh my! I thought Dylan was already going for the rocket point there, but no, it's just Charlie moving Dylan on the pit.
Yeah, DXS still yet to pit though. I have got the constructors standing up. Ferrari and McLaren are separated by 13 points. And the gap between Racing Point and Red Bull, 11. Although that would be 9 points now since Charlie had pole position.
Yeah, as Charlie, I think he would have been hoping to get ahead of Carp. So I think Carp's on that by, goes to the outside. Carp's, yeah, he goes on by, most probably as.
So most of the guys already pitting, I believe. Yeah, it's only the top 3 now who have not pitted. Raceway is coming back at Twonk. So these guys can go longer. I expect them to be in the pits by about lap 15. Say that's right, lap 15, 16 for the mediums.
Mediums, yeah, and then I'd say about the sauce, do 9 knots stints. And do 9 and 10 from now on.
Yeah, I think. Well, it'll be nice to see Twonk getting racy toward the end of the race, especially if he can go on the softs. And it'll be really nice for Raceway as well because he'll be able to challenge for a.
Offline, that is.
That's FJW binning it at the hairpin.
Yeah, the Raceway has got past Twonk as well.
At least Twonk's staying with him. Twonk not close enough on that occasion. Carp's now look back as well, but I'm going to go back on board with the Red Bull, see if he can try and re-overtake the Renault. That's DXS into the box. He should come out P5, P6.
Josh got the penalty.
Yeah, I thought it was Luke who's going to rake up the penalties. It's actually Josh.
Charlie and DXS are going to be very close. DXS running around the outside on the pit exit. Use an overtake.
Charlie, for the sake of his championship, he has to pull ahead of DXS right now, and he does.
That
brilliant.
was a lot closer than I thought it would be.
Absolutely. No, that was just about as brilliant as you want it to get. Oh, there's Dylan. Oh, thought I was going to have a look on Carps.
Yeah, and Luke's not far away as well, so
Yeah.
I wonder if the Racing Point pair are going to help each other.
Lee, could you check Charlie's and DXS's penalties? Because I know that
Yes,
DXS does have 1 penalty.
Charlie has 2 penalties and DXS has a penalty and no warnings, and Charlie has, yeah, they both have a penalty. I mean, Charlie has 2 penalties and no warning, DXS has 1 penalty and no warning.
So it is still advantage Racing Point, but still advantage Red Bull on the track. As with the fight for McLaren and Ferrari, Dylan making light contact there with Carps in a straight line. So next, Josh has crashed. How he's crashed there, I don't know.
I think it could have been he mounted the curb, right? So his ability as I think Raceway and Tonk are going to be a little bit annoyed if this came out not that long earlier. They could have pitched for the mediums and then gone medium soft.
I was hoping to see the Mercedes maybe if there's a bit of bodywork, you know, they might have just understeered. I don't know, he has lost it in a really dodgy place, but down to 10 runners now. Shame really, because I had my money on Josh to get on the podium, but, you know, these things happen. But at least FJW now is going to score points on his debut regardless of what happens in the race, assuming that he is actually driving his car. Right, DXS back with Charlie, but no, that's Twonk into the box. Alternate strategy is going on down at Red Bull, but I guess it's all they can do. Twonk going on to the softs.
So that is the softs kind of. I mean, it's the game says they can go 30 knots, so I reckon they can puncture it after the.
Oh no, I've already checked how far. If you start at 13th lap, they will pop. They will get a puncture. Any more than 10 laps on the softs and you're within puncture territory. There's Carp's in the pits as well. He's on the
softs. Made the wrong call.
Well, it's an alternate strategy. What will matter is the next tyre that he goes on.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's bit.
Charlie with the penalty. It's not looking good.
Up to 9 seconds now.
Raceway is still leading the race. I would have thought that those mediums would have had a lot more life left in them, especially after 11 laps, 12 laps. Charlie needs to very quickly get out of AI because...
Here we go, DXS on the inside. You make a stick, he does. Charlie has to go across the chicane. This will unlock the Kozone. That's smart by Charlie. He didn't try to take his nose and cause contact. That's respectable driving by Charlie.
Nice voice break, but I don't really know what more Charlie can do now. Besides stay with him, because DXS, he has got a little bit of clear road. He isn't leading the race, but he's very comfortable when there is a bit of clear track in front of him.
Yeah, he is 2.4 now to get up the race, but that's coming in all the time.
Yeah, Charlie only marginally having more ERS than him. Having said that, Charlie's just had a hell of an exit out of that corner. He's gained on him by almost half a second. DXS using all the track and more. Charlie will, he will get it. Will Luke get it? No chance. DRS open on the Red Bull. Let's see how much you can pull back. The thing is, both cars, they don't have any ERS left. And that's Raceway into the box.
Yeah, again, I thought the mediums would have had a lot more life left in them.
Charlie with the fastest lap, Twonk and Dylan.
DXS has wing damage.
Does he?
Yeah, the Raceway, sorry, not DXS.
There's Twonk going World Tour with Dylan into turn 1. Oh, and Dylan fighting it way too hard on the corner exit, spins round but quickly resets back to track.
Yeah, sorry, it was Raceway, not DXS who were wing damage. Raceway. The parent only came to the pits.
So Raceway already losing a little bit of ground there. I have to say, there is a little bit of fight at the back of the grid that I really want to keep my eye on. Just both McLarens and Reese are very close on track. Carp's over the penalty. FJW needing to move over at some point to let his teammate by.
I think they are more actually.
As long as he has been driving somewhat of the race, then I don't know, because if he's in AI for all of the race, then I can't allow him to score points. I'm going to stick with them actually because Reese and Carp's the closest battle on track. About 20 laps left to go, 15 down. It's been okay so far, not too bad for 11 cars.
No, yeah, I'm using my camera a bit on the opposite one.
I think Reese is overdriving his car there a little bit. FJW has span. Just on the grass at the exit of turn 7.
Yeah. So I don't know if he got wing damage.
No, he doesn't have wing damage, he just took to the grass. I think he is driving because that one, an AI car isn't going to drive itself into the grass. Back at the front, Charlie Godden. Is he getting on DXS or is he pulling away? Gap at the minute pulling away.
Yeah, that's before not by much though, but the gap has got bigger in the last 2 laps.
I feel for him, only because I want the title fight to be as close as it can, and to be fair, it still is.
Yeah.
But it's we're getting to the point in the season where you can't be making these mistakes. It's like one bad race, another bad race, and I'm not saying Charlie has had bad races, but he's had that much misfortune now that when is it really going to end, and when is it going to be that DXS gets a bit of bad luck? Yet again, DXS has he's not had that many DNFs, but he's had at least 1 or 2 DNSs. Like, he's not even started the race because he's had connection issues before.
Yeah.
But he's managed to come back from that, so is DXS really that much faster, or is Canada another one of the tracks where Charlie just doesn't have the pace for him? Or is there with another penalty?
It could be, I mean, from my experience in on base, I think this part of the season, the start of the season, you can get off to a bad start, you can regain it. But I think this part is crucial. If you have a bad middle part, then you're screwed for the end of the season. You need to have a good, like a middle part of the season. If you don't, then I reckon Charlie needs to get that momentum back soon, because it's just struggling more and more in this as a favour. Eventually it'll be too much for him to try and get back.
Riding on board with Cops, he is all over Collins. Oh, that's a hell of a load of closing speed. They bang wheels, and that's an overtake done there from Cops. Really well done.
I didn't expect that. He just gained so quickly.
I didn't know Cops was even missing an end plate. But not a lot there Collins can do trying to attack a car that has DRS in front of you. Huge hit there on the Mercedes going into the wall of champions. Yeah, massive wing. No, he's lost a bit more than an end plate.
He's also the whole right side of his wing.
Yep, just the plank, as I say, of the wing left remaining. There's no winglets, no end plates on the right hand side of that Mercedes. Could be easy pickings there for Reese.
So unfortunately for them, Mercedes, they said that they reckon that they could do well. It's just a misfortune with Josh and again with Rich Collins. So
We're just trying to have a look. No, just a little bit too far back. Collins is just about squirming all over the road. I think he's actually just letting him go. No point in fighting a car that's got wing damage.
Yeah, I think it's a case of what could have been for Mercedes to go.
Yeah, they did really well. Was it P5, P6? Oh, I think Collins was just that's the entire, well, part of the run gone.
He's
Collins.
crashing. He stayed out.
Yeah, but I don't. Collins, just bring your car into the pits. I just hope he listens. Anyway, loop back, just about within. No, don't tell me, oh for God's sake. He's binned it.
He's done it on purpose, I saw.
Make sure you save that and send it to me, because I'm sick to death of people crashing out on purpose. Safety car though.
Yeah, Twonk would be into the first start of a saviour for him.
Both racing points double stacking.
60 knots on mediums. I mean, Raceway and Twonk only could do 12, so I reckon it could be on a bit of a
yeah, but I reckon they did box quite early for whenever they did, and it's not like they're going to be at racing speed for the next 15-16 laps. But with the amount of penalties, who's more at risk of seriously losing out?
Charlie, I think, he does have, he has 9 seconds on the normal, so he's done more to get normal one, is what I've seen now, on 6 seconds, obviously DXS on 3, Charlie on 9, Twonk on 3, Dylan on 6, Raceway on 9, Reese on 1 penalty, I think, that's it. Carps on 1, 2, 3, 9 seconds penalties. Collins on 1, I know Collins is in there, so. FJW has.
He shouldn't have any, he's been in AI most of the race.
Yeah. For having the 2 second penalties, he's not.
Look at that car. Never seen a more beautiful car grace an F1 track.
What car is this?
The safety car.
I give up at you.
Well, it's hardly the RP20, is it?
That's a fair point. I mean, this season you'll have to go to the AlphaTauri, in my opinion. I'm sorry, that car is amazing.
No, any car that still uses a snub nose is hideous. McLaren have slowly got their act together. Renault have actually built a half decent nose. Racing Point now have a decent nose, although with that little dent in the front of it that Mercedes did last year, I'm not a fan of that, but it's still the best style of nose, and the thing is, it seems to work.
But if we're talking about some liveries in general,
I'm not on about liveries, I'm on about the chassis. I don't really care what lick paint a car's got, unless if it was like that Williams that looked like it was spray painted by yobbos.
What Williams is that again?
It was last year's Williams. Like just that streak of blue that looked like it had literally been graffitied before they did the car reveal.
The toothpaste one. That's what I called it.
That one.
Yeah.
Shame we haven't got Colgate this year, but we do have Lavazza. Right, safety car should be in next lap.
Yeah.
So I know that FJW has lagged out again.
It's his third lap. So.
But at least because he's physically drove his car for more than one corner, he's still going to get points.
Got points.
And fingers crossed, as long as these guys don't hit each other beyond the safety car, stewards can have a quiet one, which I kind of need because the Div 1 standings still need doing. I know it's a little bit late in the race, but I haven't even had a look at the biggest winners and losers yet.
Oh, Jesus, I thought forgot about that. I've been putting...
Biggest winner is actually Twonk. Biggest loser, well, both of them Mercedes, but apart from that, it is Reese. But still a little bit of a way to go yet in the race. Oh, Carps, be careful. Safety car in.
Safety car in this one.
What did I have? I need tyres. So everyone's all on the same tyres. DXS now the de facto safety car, using all the track and more to warm up his mediums.
Yeah, I think Charlie, I think he'll be in the first speed and having the most counters at the front as
he's gone. Yep, he has gone. Right on board with Dylan. Can keep eyes on all of the top 5. Dylan's dropping back a little bit. Twonk on Luke Beck. He's having a lunge. Oh, he's made it.
What a move!
I think he gave him a little bit of a shove, but there was enough momentum there to, you know, he's pulled away. Raceway and Dylan very close together.
Yeah, from what I could see on the broadcast film, it didn't seem like that much of a shove.
Yeah, it's probably very heavy wheel banging at most, but as long as both cars. Oh no, it's alright, I thought Luke was missing an end plate.
Yeah, I think that the safety car will propel Twonk seems to be a lot more confident now. Because he's trying with his 9 seconds of bonus and Twonk only having 3 seconds, so let's wait and see how that goes. Is Charlie, is he close? No, he's not close enough to success.
I want to watch Raceway because, like, can he drag the Renault to the podium again? He's only finished off the podium 1 time this season.
Here comes past. Should make a mistake.
Get through.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Dylan's just making life more awkward for him.
Only issue Raceway is 1 pound and 1 warning.
DXS with the penalty.
Seconds. Oh, that's 6 seconds. That will benefit Twonk.
Double check how many penalties Twonk has, if he has any.
Twonk has 3 seconds.
Could Twonk actually win the race?
Could. There's a question.
That's not going to help him. He's just got another penalty.
Yeah, for some reason the penalties aren't showing up from there after caution on close.
Luke Beck getting onto the marbles, going quite deep into the hairpin. Raceway still very close with Dylan.
Yep. Using overtake as he close enough.
Yeah, they both are. Dylan's more or less using it, trying to pull away from him, but it will be a lost cause because Raceway getting a time penalty there, but it might be worth it if he has more DRS and ERS. DRS not going to be enabled this time around. Charlie with another penalty. To be fair, I do love these races, you know, when people just get corner cutting penalties, because even at the line you still don't know who's going to win.
Yeah, Charlie's just... I think it's just... It's the most any chance of the other winning, obviously, unless they're pretty close. Well, Charlie wants to play the team game and how Red Bull jump racing point. I think what he'll do, I think he'll get past the excess, and I think he knows that he has a small chance of getting it. If he wants to play the team game, of course. Well,
the thing is, the more the guys fight, I know that we've got sort of 2 separate battles going on. There's a battle for 5th, a battle for 3rd, and a battle for the lead. The more the guys fight, they are risking a tyre wear.
Hey, one lad ball attacking and defending. Speaking of that, here comes Luke.
Recent penalty.
Into
Luke
turn
just send
one.
it. Does it back
Twonk
to him,
holding
Twonk. Right, Luke having to go very deep. Twonk stays ahead, but only momentarily. Luke do anything at turn 3.
As well. Raceway's got past Dylan as well.
Excellent job there from the Renault. So DRS is enabled, isn't it? Oh yeah, of course it is, sorry. Luke and I think they need to be about 4 tenths away from each other down the DRS zone, otherwise they're just going to get close and they won't have enough room to overtake.
Yeah, that's it. People think the chicane is like an easel taking up between it. It's really
Just
not.
kind of, just for a couple of laps, you might as well stay behind them. If you've got DRS, save a little bit of fuel. Don't use your ERS either, and then use everything on the exit like Luke is doing here. Almost nothing there for Twonk to defend against.
God.
Oh my god, I'm struggling to contain myself watching this.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's about to give me a heart attack.
Yeah, I know.
Luke met with another penalty, but Twonk has also lost a lot of momentum.
Raceway and Dylan could get involved in this battle as well.
Luke has just hit the wall.
As he got me now, I think I might have shot a little bit of front wing fly off, but it's not a major wing range.
Come on, give me an outside shot. I want to see that wing.
I'm trying to see it. I think we see if is the say wing out? I don't think he does.
Yes, he does. He's missing his left end plate.
Oh,
Not the thing that the super sub needed. Yep, he just had to go straight into the pits. At least it should be an easy soft stint for him to the end of the race. Go on the softs, banging the fastest lap.
we're playing on a safety car. All was looking very good for DXS, set to extend the championship lead and also turning at the moment it'll drop down to third and actually I'll just get race to final, so it could be, you know, maybe even fifth of doing that. Okay, then what, the rest race did not time is just done in trials or anything.
Luke has came out and he has FJW's AI car. Raceway with the penalty.
That's 15 seconds.
Send it, Luke. That's it. You know what you're doing. Right, back up at the front. Where's everyone at? How are the Ferraris doing? To be fair, Reese is. I know that Luke has just pitted, but Reese has done very well in general to make his way back up into P6. To be fair, you wouldn't have thought with that crash that he had with the Mercedes early on. But he's very lucky to be in the race, let alone in P6. Really good ball points there for Ferrari. Maybe the Mercedes pair need to actually watch out for the Ferrari pair, because if they keep screwing up the races, Ferrari really are going to come knocking.
Yeah, I mean, at the start of the season you would have thought the main threat would have been, well obviously, I mean after the Williams transferring, it would have been Williams, Red Bull, Racing Point and Merck, but Merck hasn't really been on it, I mean Williams they're still finding the feeling. James and Sear, the both can be a lot more consistent on, so I think if they can do that I reckon the Williams could maybe challenge.
I'm still a little bit lost for words that Raceway is still within touching distance of a podium.
Yeah, but he had 12 seconds to calm, so I don't think he'll keep it.
We'll have to see. He doesn't necessarily have to pull away, he's just got to wait for someone else to get a penalty. DRS, ERS, Rich, and Just inside and just outbrake him.
Have a lot of
Just
ERS.
banging wheels.
I think that will. I think the first had a spawn. I think that could only mark down as a racing. I'm putting nothing on the front.
There we are, Luke, fastest lap.
Yep.
He's just got another penalty.
I reckon the mediums could be a little bit on edge at the end. I think maybe they might have a tiny bit of time saving. I reckon I make it to the end, but I don't think it would be a cakewalk.
Could you imagine Luke Beck still coming back from all of this and like winning the race?
No, I can't imagine. No, I don't can.
You have very shocking imagination. I can imagine the scenes down near wherever it is that he lives. They'll be throwing a street party for him tonight, and if not, they bloody should do if he won this race.
I agree with you on that one.
Oh no!
Oh, race.
Oh god, man, that was way too close. Yeah, that's a safety car.
Safety car.
Right, Raceway, he just lost it by himself on the exit of the chicane, and almost identical what happened to Zanex Josh, but there is now no front wing on the Renault. Drive-through penalty for Twonk for speeding under the safety car. You can't serve drive-throughs under the safety car.
He screwed his race superbly there. Yeah, he's gonna fall down. So
safety car should be back in lap 33. The very latest.
Dylan at the moment is in a net P2. The Storm Cover Service drive through and Charlie is 12 seconds.
Yeah, but this might still eliminate DRS being used for the rest of the race. Depending on how long the safety car stays out. I mean, Raceway in general is very, very lucky.
Charlie stayed out.
Yes, might as well. It's not like he'll be at racing speed on those mediums. As long as someone else stays out. Yeah, Twonk is staying out.
Yeah.
Oh, Raceway, what are you doing, man? I know you've got no wing. Dylan's
gonna jump the excess. That'll be in a net lead if he can. Does he? He does.
Oh.
So Dylan isn't in that race lead. I think that's the best one. Yeah, like you're saying. I think
well, this is the best thing for Charlie though, because DXS now has traffic.
Well, like you said, Charlie has 12 seconds upon him, so I don't think it'll be a cakewalk.
How many does DXS have?
The excess is 6 seconds, so is Dylan.
Yeah, it's not like Dylan is the easiest car to overtake, not with him being reckless, but he fights very hard. So
that could be the key to. Oh, I'm looking at myself.
Well, the least. Oh my God, Dylan has collided with Twonk. That will not be removed because that was very silly.
That's a commentator's curse. It's true. The
commentator's
right.
Yeah, Dylan, just box your car, change your wing, softs to the end.
I think I can. I mean, I don't only do swear words, but I can imagine there'd be a few being said in that cockpit. He's just stolen away a chance to win.
To be fair, I think you actually know more Dutch than me.
No, I don't know any Dutch.
I don't know a word of Dutch.
Why is Dylan going on the 12 lap mediums?
No, those are the tyres that he just had. Unless if they're the only tyres he's got left.
That's true. Oh no, it shouldn't be because he never qualified himself. No.
He might have just forgot about it. I know that Jeff can be quite stupid sometimes.
Well, this means Raceway. I'll check calendars one more time. We just check. Okay. Race, it has a chance for the podium.
Could you just double check for me that Twonk didn't
Yeah, he did. That will be removed.
Yeah, we'll remove that for Twonk straight away. Steward's inquiry. I mean, he's literally rear-ended a car. Like, what can we do?
Safety cars in. Oh my god, he just rear-ended the DXS. He gets a penalty for that, it's or he doesn't, it's nothing.
Yeah, remember
Charlie
everyone, just leave a little bit of space, warm up your tyres. Should be about
Charlie's
2 car lengths between each other. I don't want to see anyone alongside. You don't need to be.
Charlie's not letting the safety car go.
Well, whatever he's done, he's got a hell of a big gap between himself and DXS.
Is Tonk gonna get the super drive there?
Tonk's come to the pits anyway.
No,
yeah, he's lost an end plate. I think he's tried to serve his drive-through, but he's ended up going into the pits. It has to be a racing lap. That puts Reese into 3rd place.
I wonder if Charlie can clear Reese 26 seconds and maybe smash P2 because I think he'll keep it a podium because Luke has seen that penalties. But Luke on Reese. I'm gonna see him happen now.
Oh, Raceway, he's caught back up to them as well. Obviously Luke not pitting, staying out in his softs. These guys are much fresher softs than the racing point. Reese banging wheels, Raceway is thinking thank you very much. Luke getting back out ahead. Raceway just about to take to the grass. Reese should stay with them, things can come your way. Charlie with
another penalty.
No. He's not even going to have DRS. Well, that's kind of a good thing. They are on the final lap.
I think the XS knows he should have run a quick error. I think he'd love to get the win on track, but if he knows what Charlie's penalty is, which I don't think he cares about, he's going to go for a move and he gets the lead, does he? Oh, he doesn't.
Charlie hasn't been dirty, mate.
He's going to go for it down the inside.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
That was borderline stupid. That's like... I mean, moves like that can actually put people in the wall, but very lucky DXS saw it coming.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, Luke, for God's sake.
I got another penalty. Reese, I never thought I'd say this, but Reese is finishing on the podium at the moment.
It's going to be a hell of a drag race to the line. I don't even know who to watch coming across the line. It's been a very heavily contested race here in Canada. And they're all going to come across the line. And your second out, DXS with the penalty. The final corner of the final lap. He wins on track. And he wins the race. Charlie P2, Luke Beck P3.
Reese P2. And
Reese P2, Dylan P3, double Ferrari podium.
Ferrari are going to be screaming.
The Tifosi was screaming here in Montreal.
I knew about Reese, I did not know about Dylan. Wow. Just wow.
Just going to ride on board with Tonk. We'll wait for him to come across the line. Mate, would you mind expanding the party, getting these guys in?
I can now. Luckily I do have Dylan added, so I can just get in straight away. Okay.
And Twonk crossing the line, he brings it home in P8. Unfortunately for him, I don't think his 5-second penalty being removed, it will matter too much. Yeah, he's going to keep that position anyway. Raceway driver of the day. I mean, he always is. Just a serial overtaker that he is.
Yeah, I will. Okay, I just need to get Reese. It's it RHYS or RHS?
RHYS 17 underscore.
I missed it. You might know it. RY or RH?
RHYS 17 underscore. Right, the race result then, DXS taking another win of the season, extending his championship lead. Reese 17 his first ever podium in New Horizons Racing League, and his teammate Dylan bringing it home in P3, proving the lack of penalties does pay off. Charlie P4 for today, Luke Beck super sub P5 taking the fastest lap as well. Raceway P6, Carps P7, Twonk P8 after really bad luck at the end of the race there. FJW P9 on his debut for New Horizons, and Collins will get the final point for 10th place. That's Zenex Josh in P11 after severe damage and then ended up crashing out.
Well, all I have to say is what a race. That was a brilliant race.
That went from 0 to 100 very quickly. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Twonk actually had a 20-second post-race penalty for an unserved drive-through. 20 seconds.
So he didn't even serve a start. I thought he would have got disqualified, which would have promoted everyone that asked him for the points.
Yeah, well, that explains. Obviously, we can't remove that.
Yeah, but I'm surprised. I'm pretty sure that like you get disqualified when you don't serve a drive through. So.
Right. The unfortunate thing is, I think I've actually left the session.
Probably just kind of just like a little bit.
Yeah. Are we waiting on DXS?
I'd say give it another. I'd say give it another minute, and if it doesn't join them, but we can.
Share it as soon as possible. We'll just ask the questions when we get to you. Yeah, we will do, but we'll get to you eventually. And I think, yeah, this is your first time.
Yeah, I'll just stay quiet.
Is DXS coming?
Oh no, I said just get started and if he joins.
It's the new party system, isn't it? It's well confusing.
It's a little bit wank.
It's probably waiting for an invite, but don't get him. Maybe drop him a message or something. Oh, you might have already done it. But...
I have added them, so I don't know.
I'm just gonna message it on Discord. Well, until he turns up, might as well do whatever little interview that we can. Who finished third? Was it Dylan?
There we go. Yeah, DXS.
Right, Dylan.
Yeah.
A podium that's just about on par with Merit. I know that you weren't there on track, but was it really that hard to oh, what's the word? To go that consistent and not get many penalties? Was it an easy track to drive or was it quite difficult?
Is it?
Yeah,
Is it only me?
Yeah, Connor, you're lagging a lot.
Connor, you're lagging.
I apologise, I was saying, is Canada a easy or difficult track to drive?
Connor, asked if Canada is an easy track or a hard track to drive. Yeah.
Oh, easy track, yeah. It's with some couple corners difficult, but all around it is easy. But you can also get your time gone because of track limits in at the last couple corners, and then turn one you can also get your time gone about track limits. So it's not that difficult, but you need to know the track limits where you can go over the curb and where you not can go over the curb.
fair enough. Let me know if I am still lagging, by the way.
Yes, you are.
A little bit.
I'll try and do my best. What was the best moment of the race for you?
The best moment, I think, start that I swap with positions with Luke. I go past him in the second corner, I think, and that was really nice. And then then also nice was the fight between Trump and myself over whole the race. And yeah, then he was on softs and had the best options to go pit and go on the medians, and then I was stuck behind him. He had really good race strategy done.
I mean, just congratulations again from my end. Lee, do you want to ask him anything in particular?
Well, just asked about next week. Austria, I did the name, so I just want to know.
Austria? It's France next week.
Oh, it's France. Yeah, I keep on forgetting. France is a boring track. Yeah, sorry, France next week. What do you think of that track and anything with that?
Say it again, Lee.
I just said next week being France. How do you think you'll get on?
I think it's gonna be a good race. I hope. It's not a difficult track, but it's a lot of straights, a lot of long straights. You have start finish, you have then DRS and something, so the overtake is not that difficult. And about track limits is really turn 1 and turn 2.
Yeah, okay, that's all from me.
Yeah, gonna move on then. Reese, your first podium, let alone the fact that it's a P2, how the hell have you ended up here?
It's bare laggy for me.
Same.
Yeah, for everyone.
Right, bear with me, I'll try and change mics. I don't know if that will help. Is that better or worse? About the same.
It's just the same, it's still very laggy.
Right, Lee, I'll send you the questions I want you to ask.
I'm sorry, I can't understand you.
I've only heard like the first syllable of each word at a push.
Yeah, so.
Right, I'm really sorry about this, hang on. Better or worse?
Better.
Bit better.
Slightly.
Just,
how was the race, Reese?
Worse.
Yeah, it's not to worse.
Just keep an eye on Discord.
Go on, cool.
You would
Yeah, maybe like put the questions in a DM or something, I don't know.
You probably better off doing that. Or if you want to message me them, then I can tell you. Or I can ask them. Either works.
Yes, check Discord, guys. Reese, have you seen it?
Oh shit, I didn't realise you were sending it to me, I thought you were sending it to...
No. Lee doesn't have a way for me to send in messages.
How was my race? It was pretty shocking. I had a really good qualifying, I thought, but I just had no pace at all today. I don't know what was going on, but I just couldn't seem to get a decent lap together at all for all of the race. I was very surprised to get a podium, to be honest. I knew people had penalties, but I didn't know Charlie had, like, it must have been a good 20 seconds of penalties, like minimum, for me to get into second, because I was very surprised. And well, it was nice to see Dylan up there too, because it's good points for constructors. We really needed it. I think I was probably owed a bit of luck. It was about time that I got on the podium, because I had a few closer ones like Bahrain. I came like 4th, and I've had a few like unfortunate crashes and all that. And I think the most difficult thing for me was just literally just pace. That's all. I wasn't struggling with track limits so much as others. I only had like 3 seconds of penalties, I think, so I was able to keep it on the track a lot better. But I think maybe I was reserving myself a bit more than other people. I don't really know, but either way, I'm pretty happy with how it ended, to be honest. So yeah, that's me. I'm not really looking forward to France, to be honest, though, because it's just boring track. Like, there's not much flow to it at all. Most of the overtakes are just down the... Hopefully a few safety cars will come into the mix or something, just to make it a bit easier on the eye, but I can't see it being that much of as good of a race as we've had previously.
Right, is my mic still crap? Is the mic working?